Let's forget politics for 60 seconds and talk about housing, okay? A lot of people were very upset about the video I made this week, talking about how the Dallas Fed came out with a working paper suggesting that about 30% of the reason that home prices have skyrocketed since 2020 is because we allowed 7 million illegals to cross the border and enter into our economy in a 4-year period of time. Added a ton of demand, zero supply. Seemed like basic supply and demand to me. Not true for a lot of people who were very upset. The top thing they said of the 900 comments on Facebook was, "You're a racist. You hate brown people." That, of course, is not an argument. That phrase is the hallmark of an idiot, without an argument, actually. So the second argument that they made was, hey, these people are illegal. They can't buy houses, right? Wrong, actually. The Migration Policy Institute did an analysis of the 2014 US Census and found that about 3.4 million single-family homes in America are owned by illegal immigrants. So that's number one. They are buying houses. But do we think the 7 million people that came across the border since 2020 have all bought houses? No, probably very few of them did. But again, basic supply and demand. They jumped in to the rental space, adding a ton of demand, no supply. Prices went through the roof. A lot of people who were renting before but were qualified to buy a house jumped over into the buyer's market, and so did a bunch of investors who looked at the return because of the high rent, and now they flooded the buyer's market, pushing home prices up. That's just basic Econ 101 stuff. Be mad, but it's just math. So why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because I care about young Americans. I want them to be able to graduate, get married, have kids, buy a house, and build wealth like generations of Americans have before them. But right now, the American dream is getting further away. The average age of a first-time home buyer in America right now is 41 years old. It was 27 in 1991. About 50% of Americans under the age of 30 are still living with their parents. 48% of Americans say they're delaying having children until they can buy a house. This is a crisis. So we have to be honest about all the failed government policies that have led us here, including illegal immigration, because this is not really about expensive houses. It is about what happens when an entire generation of Americans no longer believes the American dream is for them. And when people do not believe that hard work leads to opportunity, they opt out of the system entirely. And that is a problem for all of us.